What up? It's your boy T-Bear, and the reaction today is Me Some Money. So, since I'm on backup channel, I won't be doing Red Roulette because there's no use doing the poll because not me is on my backup channel right now. But so won't be used to doing that though. But I will keep the show going on with the other reaction vids, which I want to re-upload that Friday when I'm back up and running. But anyway, time to get into some. Keep continuing with the episode of DJ Premier. So what's up? Salute to Floppy Disk. We're at episode 14 when we check out one of DJ Premier artists right here, or Royce the 5'9", you know, the choice song right there. And for his well known as his debut single, but his first single that got his well known was Boom. This is around that time when we had the this around time first heard about Royce with the 5'9" doing the Bad Meets Evil the tape with him and Eminem. And who remembers back in the day, I don't know, it was like a legit record, independent record label or not. They used to release a lot of hip hop songs, but also known for having the lovely ladies on their album covers. That was Game Records. Who remember Game Records though? The fact they had their own little thing called the Game Girl thing, had their own little DVD and stuff as well too. Who remember that though? That was a good time in hip hop. So anyway, without further ado, let's check out So What's Up, episode 14, Royce the 5'9". Boom. Let's get it.
I'm DJ Premier, and I present to you So What's Up.
Okay, computer, run it back.
So what's up?
All right. This has been another big request, but I had to find the disc. We've been going through a big hunt of all the discs because
so they're even the questions for these episodes. That's what's up.
All over the place, but we got a big box over here that you cannot see that has a lot of discs, and one of them that we found is this. Boom! Yes, indeed. For those that may be late to this thing that we are doing called So What's Up, it's a salute to the floppy disk. The sounds that you have heard me do pretty much my entire career has been contained on these floppy diskettes. The sounds are then transferred from a sampling machine, preferably the Akai S950 during my era, into an MPC 60, also made by Akai. And when you load them up and put them all together, I tap out the sounds that I heard that I felt like I could flip into a banger. The story on this is very unique because, let me put it down. Let me see if I can do it without it. I'm so used to having the disc in my hand. Now I'm gonna start clapping. See, what happened was,
what happened was what you not gonna do. Shout out to the New Yorkers. Well, you know he's originally from Texas, but he reps in New York though through his years though. Oh shit! Hit the mute by accident. My fault, guys.
See, what happened was, now, so this song originally was for a Capone and Noriega session. CNN, for all those that know them in the street. We were waiting for them to get there to do a song with me, and Royce and I were gonna work on the song as well. But Royce got there before CNN. That particular track happened to be playing in the background, and Royce was like, "What is that?" I said, "I'm working on CNN." He's like, well, where are they? And then another room was like, no, they're not here yet. Royce convinced me to have him use this track and make another one for CNN. And when I thought about it, I was like, well, one way or another, they're both gonna get bangers, because that's how I do. I make everything tailored to the artist. I said, you know what? All right, you can mess with this one, because he said he was ready to write and bring it out. Now, this record was when Royce was in a transition. He was on Tommy Boy Records at the time when we worked together. We did a record called My Friend. When we worked on that, he was in transition to go to Sony. Let me back up a little bit. The first time I ever heard of Royce was with Eminem on a record called Scary Movies. They were called Bad Meets Evil. Yep. Shout to Reef, shout to John Schechter, who used to work at The Source, who started his own label called Game Records. And Game Records was almost like a Playboy magazine because he would always have sexy women on the front, and then on the back would be the artist. The first one that I ever saw Eminem and Royce when Scary Movie came out, I was doing Mix Show Radio at the time and also doing a lot of Hot 97 work, filling in for Stretch and Bobbito. The Legends, Stretch and Bobbito, got a stamp Legend on there. The first cover had Midori, who was an adult film star that we were fans of, and her sister is the legend icon Jodie Watley of Shalimar, and she was a Soul Train dancer, and she's just an incredible producer, model. She's everything. Two different paths, but you know, it's all relative. The adult industry and sports and music is all relative, so we're all united, all right? Just like the States. Now, with the transition of Royce getting ready to go to Sony, we decided to do a single for the streets. He said, I'm gonna do a record where I feel like I'm a bomb. He said, is there any way you could put like a tick in it? And I was like, yeah. And it's crazy because it's one of the biggest records in my whole career, even when I'm on the road, when I tour, or when I just perform anywhere. When you hear that tick, 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 and that beat drop, the crowd loses their mind. And it's one of the most favorite records that DJs like to cut up because of the ticking. You can do so many routines to it before the beat drops. So it's considered a classic, even though it's not gold or platinum, but in the books, it's considered a classic, and I appreciate that. Appreciate Royce, because Royce's pen's already melted before he even starts to write, but the way he even explained how ill he is in the mind of a bomb, you could visualize every lyric, the whole way he put it together. So when he came over and we sat down to put it together, the first thing that came to my mind was Shout to the Lady of Rage, one of the most incredible female lyricists of Death Row Records and of hip hop culture, period. Right when he started talking about a bomb, I already heard Afro Puffs with the line when she said, boom, boom, bam, damn. I was like, I hope when I scratch that it fits. Boy, did it fit. And I kept hearing Guru from You Know My Steez when he goes,
the mic's either a magic wand or it gets tragic like the havoc of a nuclear bomb.
Again, DJs, we hear things because of our battle skill mindset when we pull lines that we want to cut. And that's what came to my head without anybody giving me ideas, because I'm good either way. You can give me a scratch idea or I'll come up with it myself. These I came up with myself, all right? So once I laid that down after his vocals was put into place, I was like, yo, man, we are ready to launch this thing. And I remember Jay-Z had a tour, the Hard Knock Life tour. It was Redman and Method Man that opened up for him. DMX was on that tour. Jay-Z was a headliner. Incredible tour. And I remember we're backstage and we're getting ready to go to our cars to leave. And Redman and Method Man are sitting in a car listening to Boom. And I'm like, oh, wow, they're bumping. And it was brand new and they were bumping it. And for them who are lyricists extraordinaires and also fans of Royce and vice versa, to hear them blasting Boom. I remember it was on the cassette with the artwork and everything. And next thing you know, it was just in everybody's either tape deck, boombox, car, Walkman. Boom was that deal. Now, as we always say, you can't play it until you take this and you load it into the S950 sampler triggered by the MPC 60 drum machine. You get this.
Boom, boom, tick, tick, tick.
Sounds good, right? Now, there's another thing. Me and Royce talked about this. I wasn't going to mention it, but I'm going to mention it. One thing that led to the success of this record, Boom, is a movie came out when Royce was going over to Sony Records to do his debut album, Rock City. There was a movie called Carmen.
Yeah, that's when I first heard this song. Yeah, that is facts. I did first hear that song on this movie. Yeah.
A hip hopper.
Yes.
The star of the movie was Beyonce. Shout to the queen Beyonce. and Mekhi Phifer was in it. When they came down to using Boom again, shout to Donnie Iyer at Sony, shout to Tommy Mottola. They said to Royce, if we're gonna use it in the movie, since we love the song so much from the original version, we wanna change the hook. Now the original hook is obviously scratched, like I'm known for my scratch hooks.
It's tragic like the havoc of a nuclear bomb.
But this one, they wanted a singing / chorus type hook, be it rapped or sung. Royce can sing very well. He's from Detroit, and you know Detroit people can sing. It's just part of the nature where they come from. Shout to Motown and Berry Gordy. So with Royce, he wrote a new hook where it said,
Boom, somebody better duck or run. Somebody better
Watch out, 'cause he's about to blow up. Royce 5'9".
of course, me being the underground raw hip hop guy I am, I was like, no! Just like in the movies when they do that. But shout to Donnie Iyer again. He said, look, this version is strictly for the movie. We're not gonna push it towards radio or anything else. The original version that's already in the street that's getting his love will be the one that stays how it is just for the movie. And he kept his word, and I appreciate that. And they've always given me a lot of good work over at Sony and Columbia, and I appreciate that. The dope thing about the career of Royce the 5'9" and my own career is Royce and I became a group called Prime. Royce's idea.
That's who Prime is. I was wondering what was that thing with him and with Premier and Prime. Okay, yeah, you know what? I did remember. Did think about that, yeah.
Because we did a record called Prime, which was one of the first beats I made for him. We were already looking at DJ Premier and Royce 5'9" as artists dropping a project. He called me one day and said, yo, can we be like a group name? And I said, what do you want to call it? He said, Prime. I'm thinking Prime. He said, no. P and the R is capital. The P is for Premier, the R is for Royce, and the HYME will be lowercase to embody everything that we represent. I was like, okay, cool. That went on to be a huge success, huge successful tour. We ended up doing Prime 2, plus 3 is getting worked on right now.
Nice.
I ain't gonna tell you who the sound source is. You'll find out when you find out. And that's another story. But again, as y'all know, you gotta salute floppy disk. You heard? Boom!
Me and Premier, we kinda the same in ways. We both speak with our hands in dangerous ways. Rap now is a circus of clowns. A whole lot of lip from clicks. I probably wrap circles around.
Yeah, shout out to Royce 5'9". Always teach me with these episodes though. So you know the next one's gonna be representing the D&D crew, D&D All Stars. Know what I'm saying? Digging the crates and all that. So yeah. And this is a 1-2 pass it though, you know, one of the underground hit right there. Definitely want. I just spilled this, sorry, but anyway, you'll check that out next week. And but we're getting close to some good shit too, and further down we're gonna see some more, you know, his crew gangster as well as some early success of a well-known dude out of Queensbridge, and he looks like he go down to wherever this guy's from. Takes a little trip to the south, I guess, or the west coast, where this guy's from. Yeah. Other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love.